Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Anthony Arcanum, and what I want to talk about today is a pretty cool topic: Funkmaster Flex versus Kid Capri, two New York legends, and just two hip hop legends in general. Now, it seems to me like the past several years, Flex's legitimacy has been questioned. He recently had a little tiff with Rosenberg. There's so many people that are getting at him, and the big problem with this is, social media, the internet. Hot 97 is now blasted all over the country and all over the world. So we have kids now who grew up on southern hip hop and mixed hip hop that don't really realize what Flex is to the culture, who he was and who he always will be. These are the same kids who were born after Biggie and Pac had already passed away. This is in a culture that grew up on, hey Mary, somebody like Ebro being station head of Hot 97 for a while, who happens to be out of town. Out of town DJ running a New York station is cause for disaster. It's a big part of the reason that the station went down the tubes. As I said on the internet before to somebody, that would actually be like putting Flex in charge of a Dallas station. You bring other music in and the state's own music gets watered down. But anyway, everyone knows me knows that I have a huge love for Funkmaster Flex, and I do give him all his props. As far as Flex and Kid Capri go, I have a story about this whole thing, about Kid Capri actually, and Funkmaster Flex. Years ago, when EPMD made their comeback show at BBKings, right in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, I went, and I actually went solo because I couldn't find anybody who wanted to go with me. Already back then, people were saying, "Oh, you want to go to that old school shit?" I mean, that was just the craziest thing in the world. But anyway, so I'm dolo at this show, and I'm standing there online, got my tickets out. I look over, I see this dude about my size arguing, so I look even closer. It's Kid Capri, and he's there with this alright looking Spanish girl, at least half his age. If that's his daughter, no disrespect. I mean, no disrespect anyway, I'm just saying half his age. More power to him if that was his shorty. But anyway, he's over there screaming, "Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? If it wasn't for me, this forum over here wouldn't even be getting any hip-hop shows. I'm Kid Capri. Ask the owner who I am." And there was this blonde-headed white girl. There was black hair. I mean, there's just mad people, man. Everybody who worked in the venue pretty much was surrounding the door. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. People like me now who were attending the venue were there, saying, "Yo, that's Kid Capri. That's Kid Capri, man. This guy's not bullshitting. He is who he says he is." So as this whole thing is going on, who's spinning in the background? Who do you hear say, "Yeah, New York City"? It's Funkmaster Flex, obviously in there. So as Kid Capri was trying to sneak in without paying for a ticket, he got sunned on that. Flex was the guest of honor, but everybody must have felt pretty stupid as way down into the set, once crossover comes on, Parish Smith goes, "Come out everybody, we have a special guest in the house. I'm strictly hip hop. I'll stick to Kid Capri." So he started singing crossover, and then from the rest of that night on, Kid Capri was there on stage and he got his props. What he's saying is true. He is a worldwide DJ. But does that have anything to do with the respect level in the culture? I mean, there was nothing in the world as far as solidifying one's career as Flex dropping a bomb on your record back in the 90s to the early mid-ish 2000s. Anybody who's anybody, they would kill to get a fucking bomb played dropped on their song, It was just the greatest thing. I'm never going to forget turning on the radio every night at 7 p.m., waiting for Flex and just hearing those bombs go off. And in these days, things that I considered underground now was mainstream hip-hop. When I was growing up and I turned on the radio, we'd have Shook Ones playing, Mobb Deep would be there at the radio station, The Lox, Biggie himself. just everybody. I mean, just real hip hop was going on. It was just a beautiful time to be a New Yorker and a hip hop head for that matter. But anyway, when you have your own town don't know who you are, how are you gonna say you're the king of New York, Kid Capri? Kid actually messaged me on Twitter and told me to get off Flex's balls and call me a Flex cheerleader. Obviously, he remembers this story, unless it's often that Kid Capri goes everywhere in New York and they don't remember who I am. But I'm thinking that the reason he even took his time out to mention to nobody like myself and to message me up is because, it's touchy. He knows exactly what I'm talking about, that they wouldn't let him into the EPMD show. But you know what, man? You got in, they called you up on stage, and you won, and you are Kid Capri. You are a legend, but you're just not Flex. If there's a Mount Rushmore of hip-hop, I know a lot of people are going to get on me with this one, but if there is a Mount Rushmore of hip-hop, Flex's face needs to be on that motherfucker. He broke so many careers, man. He made so many people who they were, and he just did it for so long. Nobody's done it like him. He used to DJing what LL Cool J is to MCing. It's like a 30-year career straight, and it's never been done before, and it'll never be done again. But anyway, I can't really see into the camera. I just wanted to say my little 2 cents on that, and I'll see you guys later. Let me try to shut this thing off now. All right, peace.